Hello folks and welcome back to Medieval Total War. I am Conostep and this is going to be part 38 of my early campaign where I'm playing as the Almohads. And in the last episode I did start the war with the Danes. It was time, they were just getting a little bit too big for their britches. And I gotta say, I mean, their empire itself wasn't too threatening just because it was a little bit spread out. But their glorious achievements points was getting a little bit out of hand. However, now as you can see, because my navy has gone to war with their navy, I did sink a lot of their boats, but just by the very fact that I've disrupted their trade, they're not making their points off of the Kalmar Union, which is this trade-based goal, you could say, that they have that gives them a ton of points. As you can see, one for if they're making 750, and this adds up. They could make all of these. And that's what they were. They were making all of these points before, and it was just really obscene. And now they're not making any of it just because my ships are disrupting their trade. So they're not making a lot of money off of trade. That's something that they were doing quite good at, I guess. It's funny because in this game, I suppose the AI, a lot of times their navies don't do a really good job of connecting themselves, and they just in general don't do a really good job of, making trade a priority. And however, if you make a glorious achievements objective based on trade, the AI seems to handle that pretty well, because that's what they did. The Danish Navy did very well at connecting itself and, completing its objective, and they had quite a formidable navy. Now, I've done a pretty good job of singling out their boats and making sure that I get the right engagements. Like down here, we have a single Danish boat, and I have 3 boats right here, so these are going to be 3 of my tier 2s. I don't need to let's bring 2 of these guys down. And then let's bring one of you down as well. And we can 3v1 him. And then just keep taking the engagements that I think I can win. This is probably 6 boats. I'm not going to take that engagement right now. Same with this. I can just avoid that crappy, scary thing. And same with that. But here I have 3 of my tier 3s and then 1 tier 2 versus their tier 1 and 2s basically. So I can definitely tank that engagement. I just want to double check. Yes, of course I'm at war with them. And yeah, just keep avoiding the fights that I don't think I can win. Up here I can go prowl the multi-channel and take on that, and I can just move these guys up here and get ready to stage ourselves on an attack on the Ionian Sea. And where else? Here I think I might abandon the African coast just because I have my tier 1. I have a dhow here. And yeah, I don't want to take that. They have 2 boats here. So no, let's just move out of the way and I can come back later. Here I can fight this. And up here I can definitely fight this battle as well. And it's crazy because I feel like during the end turn I was able to just kill a lot of their boats. But as you can see, they still have a ton left. There's a little Danish boat back here hiding. Let's make sure that I get the right one. The Danes, yes it is. It's going to be really important that I don't start another war on accident here. So yeah, I got to make sure that I'm targeting the Danish fleets. Here's fine, and then yeah, as you can see too, even the Danish boats that got away, they were fleeing to regions where I have so many boats that there's no place for them to really run or hide, which is wonderful. Looks like they do have the North Atlantic. I will let them keep that for now as I just keep focusing. Looks like there's another Danish boat hiding here. Let's make sure I get the right one. Danes, yes. And here as well. I'll let you guys get away for now. Looks like they must have won their battle or I retreated. And what do they have here? 3 barks. Yep, those are their tier 1s. And get them there. And it looks like there's one more. Yeah, they have a caravel back here. They're tier 2. And yeah, I've plenty of firepower here. So let's make sure I get the Danes. Yeah, and we will see how that does. Now, in some ways, the last episode of mine was kind of a technical disaster. Just because I did have a crashed desktop. So I did have to replay my first battle in Aquitaine over again. The result was, a victory for me still, but it was a little bit bloodier just because the map was different and the AI was able to pick a kind of a better spot to fight me on. So I took a few more casualties. Also, just when you're replaying battles, the battles in this game can take a very long time, and I was kind of losing my patience. So that's a little bit unfortunate. And by the time I was able to get in and fight this Egyptian battle, I was kind of at wit's end. You know, it was a long recording session for me. So I apologize if that was kind of a mess to kind of watch, just because, yeah, I lost the battle in Egypt. Now, however, kind of very unintentionally, what happened was I was sending in an assassin to kill what was one of the Danish heirs here in Egypt. And in my first attempt of completing that turn, he did fail. And then I played that turn 2 more times, one with an auto-resolve in Aquitaine, just to kind of see what those results would look like. They were unacceptable, so I replayed that turn a 3rd time. And both in the 2nd and 3rd times I replayed that end turn, my assassin did kill the Danish heir. So he's dead. And if I remember correctly, the Danish king was killed by the French. So I think we're just down to this one guy, this 19-year-old King Sven the 4th, with 2 influence. That's not good. So the Danes could be in some real trouble right now. Like, just like that, you know, these provinces are, you know, they have a relatively large group of soldiers in these castles here in Toulouse and Aquitaine, and this is only going to last 2 turns. And this is also only going to last 2 turns. I might fight these anyway, just to kind of get some more siege action going. I know you guys love to watch me just get my ass kicked in sieges, so I might do that anyway, just for a little bit of action. I do have these siege cannons as well, which are the big kahunas, you know, so I might want to just show those off. They're fun, you know. They make castles look like nothing. It's really crazy. So yeah, I might just do that, because I don't know at what other point in this campaign we'll have opportunities to show off the big guns. However, I don't know if that's going to be allowed. I don't know if I will be allowed that opportunity, because the largest Danish force on the map is here in Brittany, and they probably might counterattack me in Aquitaine just to kind of save these soldiers here in the garrison. They can sally out as well and help the invading forces. So I will bring up probably, like, you know, half of my backup army here in Aragon. I can just split it, right? Half of them go to Aquitaine and half of them go to Toulouse. Yeah, why not? That seems like a good idea. I do just have my king, old as hell, 59, so he's probably on his way out. Luckily, I do have my son, Prince Ali, and I think you're in the same province. And yeah, 18. So, like, he's probably going to be taking over commands of this kingdom at a pretty early age. So he will have plenty of time to, whatever, get married and start a new family and all that good stuff. There also is another son on the way, 11 years old, so I'm trying to remember, and I feel like I should know this now. Like, let me think. Does Prince Yusuf, like, still exist once the king dies? Like, he does, right? Totally. He does. I'm pretty sure he does, yeah. And, so that shouldn't be too like scary of a thing. Just having the one king for, you know, however long it'll be, just for a few years before his brother becomes of age as well. Just want to, you know, make sure that my campaign doesn't end because I get my guy killed in a battle. Because I might send these guys north. I might actually send my family up to Aquitaine and Toulouse. The worst thing would to be like leave them behind and then they just get caught by a Danish army or anyone really, like, you know, any other army that really wants to kind of sneak into my back territories and they kill my family members while they're just by themselves. That would kind of suck. So I am tempted to bring them north with their armies just for that reason. You know, just because they might be safer with their own armies than being left behind. I say that, but we saw me get my ass kicked here in Egypt, so that's not necessarily true. But you know what? I'm feeling awake. I'm feeling fresh. I just had a nice cold shower, so I'm feeling, you know, ready for this campaign. So if if I'm sharp enough, I shouldn't be losing any battles. I gotta say, although with that being said, I was also having mouse difficulties, as if my other difficulties weren't enough in my last episode. My mouse is starting to kind of crap out, and I'm using my backup mouse right now. I haven't used this. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've used this mouse. So I'm not, you know, it's, you know, every mouse has its own feel, right? And I have not gone into a battle and used this mouse yet. It works just fine on the campaign map, but I'm not sure. I don't have the right, you know, feel the touch for it just yet. I should have probably gone into a custom battle just to kind of get my get some practice in with this new mouse, my backup mouse, but I wasn't smart enough to do that, so here I am, hoping for the best. Once I get into a battle, hopefully this works out just fine. In any case, how are things going as far as my empire is concerned? It looks like I am focusing on, well, I mean, yeah, I'm training up soldiers and building boats everywhere to replace my losses. Do I want to build anything in Portugal? Maybe get the Gunsmiths Guild, just because I could train the arquebusiers, and then with a Master Foundry, I'd be able to build the Serpentine crew and the Organ Gun crew, which is my anti-personnel artillery pieces. And I think that's going to require a fortress after that, so I can work on that in Portugal. Any other places that need some buildings? Yeah, Algeria, why not you as well? Probably get a fortress. I'm not sure, like, once you get to that top tier, that 5th tier of castle buildings in this game, it's not that necessary. You know, you just kind of do it if you really have nothing else to do. There's not a ton of things that become available at that top tier. There are some of these buildings, like I think some of these buildings become available, like maybe the Marshal's Palace or like the Admiralty, the things that offer titles. I think there's a couple of them available at the top tier, and a couple unit producing buildings as well. But mainly you get to this top tier because I think there's a building or two that offers +1 valor to other soldiers. But again, I don't have a building tree in front of me. I probably should have opened up my laptop just to get that going. Because I actually do that for some of my recordings, where I get my laptop and I open it up to an internet resource that has the tech tree basically in front of me, and I will use that while I'm recording. And I'm not doing that right now. I'm just kind of, you know, freewheeling this one. So in any case, let's get going on the fortress. I have the money to pay for it. I'm sitting at just almost I'm a little under 200,000 florins. And because of this war with the Danes, I am losing 13,607 florins per turn, which is a lot. It's a lot. But the war might not last that long. It might not last that long. So fingers crossed for that. Yeah, this is that Master Gunsmith. This is going to give +1 valor to my arquebusiers and my handgunners. So why not? Let's get that. That seems like a good idea. I think I already have the Master Gunsmith here in Cyrenacia. Yes, I do. So if I want to train gun units, this is the place to do it. And is there anything else that I want to get here? I don't think anything else is really necessary. Yeah, it's not really looking super necessary. So even though I got my ass kicked in Egypt, I don't really feel the need to go right back in, because my assassin did achieve the goal of killing that heir on that 2nd and 3rd try. He did it twice. So at that point I was like, oh, well, what the heck? Like, sweet, I got lucky, right? And that's, you know what, I'll take that. And it'd be nice if the Egyptians would come in and finish the job here in Egypt, because I don't really want this province. I don't really care. So I can hang out here in Cyrenacia. I did damage them. I did damage them. I took a bite. I took a bite out of them, and but they still kicked my ass. Yeah, I was tired. Gosh, that was a long recording session for me. I don't know how streamers and people just record for, like, you know, their long streams, like, you know, 6, 8, 12 hours. Like, it's just insane to me. I was doing a 3-hour recording session. I was like, I'm done. I can't look at this screen anymore. But in any case, yeah, I will be going in here and I'll be trying to fight these sieges here in Toulouse and Aquitaine. And if there is a counterattack, I kind of expect that, at least from Brittany into Aquitaine. Probably not so much from Provence into Toulouse. I don't see that happening. Especially once I bring my reinforcements up. Like, they're gonna nope out of that, right? They're gonna be like, nah, we can't do it. But if there is a counterattack from the king himself, there's a good chance that he's gonna die, and I think that's gonna be the end of the Danes. I'm not seeing any other family members on the field when I was looking at this before, so this could be a quick end to the war. Even if they don't counterattack, once I take these provinces and these castles, I mean, they're really pushed up against the wall, aren't they? Because the French have, you know, pushed them up into the corner, And my navy has them trapped, so they can't escape to, you know, like Wales or Denmark, for example, or, you know, Sweden, Norway. So they can't really escape. They're stuck. And that's it's really bad for them. But yeah, that's going to be it, I think. I mean, everywhere else is kind of, ooh, looks like it's a little rebellion here in Kiev. Must be a civil war? Yeah, we have ourselves a Polish civil war, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, this is bad for them. They've lost Silesia, Pomerania, Prussia, and then it's like a 2v2. No, they have 3. So they have 3 of their homegrown stacks, and they're fighting up against 2 of their civil war stacks here in Kiev. Yeah, that's going to take a bite out of them. Jesus, that's going to be rough for the Polish. Jesus. That's because that's their biggest, this is their biggest collection of soldiers. Man, that is brutal. What's the, yeah, he has 1 influence. What happened? How did it get so low? I wonder. I mean, chinless wonder. So he's not good. He's not good already. He's 32. Yeah, what happened to him? Was he just like born with low influence? Is that what happens? Gosh, yeah. I wonder if the Mongols would take advantage of that, because this has like been the biggest, you know, concentration of forces holding back the Mongols for a very long time. The Mongols are not strong though in this campaign. They're kind of pushed back, and the Egyptians, well, the reemergence of the Egyptians could actually start to push back against the Mongols, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that. Yeah, they have some forces up here. The Egyptians have a few forces sitting around. I'm surprised they did not help me out in Egypt. That would have been nice. Yeah, that would have been nice for sure. And the Byzantines are hanging out here. They just have these three provinces here, the island provinces, and they don't really have any boats. I mean, they have a few boats, but they don't have enough to like bridge the gap. Like if they put, that's what I'm talking about. Before I was saying how like the AI has a hard time using their boats to like create chains. Like, what are these boats doing separately? that does nothing for them. However, if these boats were, you know, here in the Sea of Crete and the Myrtune Sea, then they probably could take Greece, which, yeah, it's like a lot of, you know, royal bodyguards for the Turks, but this is a lot of cataphracts for the Byzantines. Like, they could probably take Greece. Yeah, oh, fuck yeah, they have a ton of cataphracts. So absolutely, like, if they just had their boats next to each other, Greece could be theirs, for example. It's just, it's a shame to see that. It's too bad that the AI a lot of times struggles to figure that one out. In this case, it appears that my assassin was able to kill the general that was garrisoning the castle here in Aquitaine. And what was he? Oh, it was a rank 0 general. Okay, so I don't think that really has an effect. Unless, and I have discussed this before, I don't know either in this campaign or my Aragon campaign, but I don't know if there's an innate effect that the assassin has when he kills an enemy general, other than the fact that he's removing that command and those leadership traits that that general offers. Is it just that, or is there an actual mechanic where the enemy will lose morale just because their general, any general, has been assassinated? That I don't know. The wording is kind of confusing when you place an assassin over a a stack to initiate that assassination mission, during the end turn. The wording suggests that there would be an innate fear set in the army regardless, but it's a little bit unclear, so I'm not sure if this actually has any effect at all, because that, was a rank 0 general, but I guess we'll see. Actually, we won't see, because this is looking like, I can't tell. It looks like the army is going to be sallying out, so this is kind of confusing as well. Now, let's see what happens. So my 3-star assassin did fail to kill that 4-star general here in Toulouse, and that actually would have had an effect for sure. But that mission was a failure, unfortunately. And what do we got here? So the Mongols, yeah, they're attacking these rebel provinces that were owned by the Poles immediately. So now the Mongols own Prussia. And what else? The Poles are retreating from Brandenburg. I'm not sure what was there. Was that a rebel force as well, I think? And yeah, they're also retreating from Silesia as well. So yeah, these are all the Civil War forces that they were retreating from. And here we are. So we are going to be fighting a, so they are sallying out from the castle, and they are being supported by troops moving from outside. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of what I expected to happen here. So obviously I'm not going to be fighting this battle here with all of these artillery pieces. And this is going to be led by my Khalifa, which is not super duper ideal because he is only a 3-star general. And I do have, I believe, a 6-star general available. Can I change that? Or is that just like not, like, can I bring this guy on and then not have my Khalifa lead the way? Yeah, looks like I can do that. Can I just put him way at the bottom and like not have him come on at all? Is that going to work? Huh. Yeah, that looks like an option. That looks like a valid option. And considering that I have almost 7,000 soldiers in this army of mine, I should not see him at all as long as it's at the bottom. So yeah, that looks good. Having a 7-star general lead the way is how I would prefer this to go. Yeah, other than that though, looks like the Danish force is going to be led primarily by its ranged contingent. There's going to be some arbalesters, some crossbows, some archers, some handgunners, but there will be 4 units of Vikings as well as a unit of militia sergeants and chivalric sergeants. So yeah, a bit of spears and some polearms as well. And that is going to be led by a 3-star general on a Royal Knights unit. So basically no cav, except for that unit, 1 unit of Royal Knights. But as far as ranged units and melee is concerned, the Vikings will do okay, for sure. We've seen that before in the desert, so they fight well. And as far as the reinforcements are concerned, though, it's looking pretty banged up. It's looking pretty bare-boned. Although at the very end, there is these 3 more units of Vikings, which should probably be higher up. Because by the time we get down to these guys, the battle's going to be over. So yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate, but hopefully my guys, I'm not going to be fighting in the desert, so my guys should not be getting tired as they were in Egypt. Man, the Danish forces just kicked my ass, didn't they? That was just humiliating, beating me in the desert. That's where the Almohads are supposed to be strong, but in this case, hopefully I will prevail. Well, isn't this lovely? This is the worst map to defend that I've ever seen. Wow, this is where I start the battle. It's at the bottom of a hill. I suppose I could start up here. Yeah, this seems like my best bet. Yeah, there's going to be no hill camping on this one. It's going to be starting up here at the fence and trying to get myself on even ground as best as I can, because my god, yeah. I will be playing this battle more like it's an offensive battle than a defensive battle, because yeah, I do not want to be down here. Just kidding. They can just, right, because their entire army is like mostly ranged units. So if I sat down there, they could just sit up here like probably halfway down the hill and just shoot at me and I'd be out of range. They'd just be decimating me. So yeah, I will be having to play this battle like an offensive battle, and that's okay. I like playing offensively, so that's going to be just fine for me. This battle could begin in a hurry, so I want to talk a little bit about my deployment options or ideas before this gets started, just because I've been trying out a different army composition, a different strategy for, just in my custom battles. I'm trying to find something that works. And what I've liked, and this actually has worked out kind of okay, is having a relatively soft middle to try to get the enemy to kind of come towards me in the middle here. I do have the 1 unit of the Muwahid foot soldiers. They look exactly just like the javelin men, the Mirabitan infantry. So it's yeah, these are the spearmen and these are the javelin guys. You can tell because they are slightly looser formation, right? So this will be kind of the block that kind of holds the center together. Hopefully the enemy charges down the center, because I do have my Pavist arbalesters that will be doing a lot of damage as well. However, if they get caught, I do have them on skirmish mode, but if they get caught, they have decent armor. So these guys can, hold the line surprisingly well. Hopefully, ideally long enough in a sense that the enemy thinks this is the soft center, and it is, but it should not break right away, especially with the 7-star general. So, if the enemy charges me head on. Now, I realize that when I playtested this, I would playtest against this against armies that have more cav. The army that I'm facing in this battle only has just the 1 unit of cav. So typically the javelin men would be kind of designed to, kill a unit of cav or 2. But in this case, gosh, now that I'm thinking about that, Maybe I should have brought some naphtha throwers in my army to counter infantry blocks more than cav. Yeah, that would have been a good idea. Damn, I should have did that. But you know what? I'm going to go with this for now. The javelin men also can hold their own in melee. That's kind of another idea. The naphtha throwers only have 12 men in a unit, and even though they have decent armor, you know, they can't hold a melee fight. Still, that would have been a good idea. Naphtha, I think, does better against infantry blocks, while the javelins are kind of more suited for, you know, killing cav, I think. In any case, yeah, that's the idea. I try to get them come towards my soft middle, but they can still take a lot of damage. And then my flanks, which would be kind of going in column formation up the sides, is what I've been using. And then my spears would be in front, kind of screening out the rest of my army, while my swords can come in and flank on the sides. Now, this side is going to be kind of like another... This is going to be kind of like a tech piece here, where I have my swords, which I've talked about before. I don't like typically bringing them in my first wave just because they can be smashed by a heavy cav. However, what I've liked to do recently, again, just in my custom battles, is since I know the enemy heavy cav will oftentimes go after the swords because they can beat swords, so fine, go after my swords. I will have my Gulam cavalry right here waiting to flank, you know, any units that come and attack my sword units. My Almohad urban militia should hold out, just like my center. You know, my center is kind of bait in a sense, and my Almohad urban militia also kind of are bait in a sense, baiting out, you know, their heavy cav units. Again, this is kind of, I'm basing this off of, you know, a more well-rounded army. The army that I'm facing here is going to be having a lot more skirmish troops than what I'm, you know, used to facing. In this case, though, my Saharan cav, I'll be grouping my light cav together on this side, and hopefully they can... What could I do on this side? Maybe just do a wide flank. Like, just take them wide, hide them up in that forest, let the enemy army kind of go past me, and maybe I can get into the enemy ranged units, because they're going to have a ton of them, so it's going to be important that I get some pressure on them. Okay, now that that's, you know, out of the way, it's going to be important that I get my army grouped up right away, because this could happen very quickly. So, let's see, yep, they're right in front of me. And we're already shooting, so let's get you guys up here. And get you guys grouped up there. And I already put in a wrong move in order. You guys hang out there. And yeah, they're coming in. They're coming in pretty fast. What do we got? Archers? Yep, let's just go right here. And we can start shooting here and here. And not shooting, but we can start attacking there and there. And looks like, yeah, all of their range is on that side. So let's kind of like angle like this, and then like this. And then let's bring up my forces on this side. And yeah, they want to come in and attack me, then I can retreat. Yeah, looks like we have cav into their archers. We're already pushing them back. And then my right flank is kind of cutting them off on this side. And then up on this side, what do we got? So chivalric sergeants, I should win that battle. And then heavy cav should beat their Vikings. I should anyway. Let's bring up my center a little bit here to help out. And let's get my guys into here. Heavy cav coming in, so I got javelins and spears to fight there. And let's get my guys to charge into the rear of these Vikings here and here. Let's get these guys to help out on this side. We should break them there. And then on this side, this is not ideal. Ooh, my cav got caught by... Wait, my cav are just getting beat by arbalesters. Jesus. My cav got decimated. Wow, I'm not really sure how that happens. Alright, how are we doing? Are we killing their guys on this side? Their Royal Knights are just going in for, you know... Looks like my arbalesters are getting routed. Alright, let's turn around on this side and maybe get some javelins into the Vikings there, because my Nubian spearmen... the enemy general has been killed. And looks like they have some handgunners shooting into us on this side. So we did break them here. So let's try to get my Gulam Cav to run down their range units here and then here, because they have a ton of range units. So let's pursue the fight here on this side. And yeah, so we did break them on this side as well. That's wonderful. It's too bad that my Saharan Cav just got completely, you know, demolished by whatever units they had, but you know what? That's how it goes sometimes. I think that they did provide me some time because, yeah, there's a ton of units here that are, you know, shooting at me. So I need to really make sure that I get some pressure put on them and make sure that I'm chasing everywhere that I can. Militia sergeants coming in, they should lose to my swordsmen. And let's see, 6 Nubian spearmen. I think at this point, everyone that helps at this point, I need all hands on deck to help run down all of these soldiers. We have them on the run. Now we just have to make sure that we finish this battle. At this point in the battle, I'm just going to take up a little bit of a defensive posture here, you know, at this midway point of the hill, because man, they just have a hill all the way up their zone here, which is you know, good for them. They have some Vikings that have come on, so let's try to back up my. Okay, so now they're running away. So let's get my general to run down these Vikings while I can get them, and let's have my dilapidated units of Nubian spearmen. I can send them off and try to get some more reinforcements on, because I am calling up some more reinforcements. They are on their way. I made sure that I had Cav as my first reinforcements coming on, just so that they could cover the ground faster, just in case the enemy broke me, because I'm trying to learn some lessons from my losses here. It's happening slowly, I know. It's not happening as fast as you may like it to happen, but I'm learning my lessons eventually. And yeah, I'm trying to get my faster units to come on. So I got 2 units of Gulam. Christ, I just had another scare there. I thought I had another crashed desktop. That would have been terrifying. Oh man. Oh gosh, I really don't want that to happen again. But yeah, I have 2 units of Gulam Cav coming on, and I have a unit of Almohad foot soldiers coming on as well. So I'll send off these Nubian spears and get some more units coming on. And we're doing okay. We could use some more Pavis Arblasters. That would be nice. I did lose one of the units earlier, but that's the thing. Like, that's why I feel like there's some teeth to this, you know, because they did push my center, but I had my general right there. And, you know, my units, they did okay, you know. Like, sure, he broke one of my units of Arblasters. They ran away. But my javelins, they held their ground. My foot soldiers, they held their ground. And my king, he held his ground as well. Oh, not my king, but my general, my Khalifa. So let's get him back. It's really nice having these, like, late-era Gulam bodyguards with their really nice armor. They look cool, too. Like, they have just really good armor compared to how they were before. In any case, yeah, we're going to have some more Vikings coming on, and yeah, Vikings are definitely scary. That would be nice to have some naphtha throwers to throw some grenades. I know I have them somewhere in my reinforcements pool. I kind of put them, like, in the first backup stack, but I don't think they would be coming on after these Nubian spearmen get off the field. So I'm going to have to rely on what I have here to hold back against what could be a pretty decent little Viking push here, because yeah, Vikings are decent units. Here comes the push up the center, but I do have my Gulam cavalry hiding in the forest here, and I don't know if they're aware of this, so I can actually probably send them in right now to get going. I can send in my swords to help out here and here, and then let's see, where's my spears? They're not quite here yet. My reinforcements coming on. So let's go up here up the middle, and let's see, general can go in as well, and then you guys go in, crash here, handgunners, crossbows. You guys can take out the ranged units. That should be fine, and yeah, we got rid of them. Vikings coming up here. And we got our fresh units of Gulam cavalry who are coming on, and we should be able to get rid of them with our heavy cav as well. We have our reinforcements of Almohad foot soldiers coming on, and that should be all groovy. So what do we have coming on? Looks like Arblasters, Pavis crossbows, archers. Yeah, let's make sure that our heavy cav continues the chase, and we can just clean up and get rid of all of these ranged units. Right now, this feels pretty glorious, just running down the hordes of Danish ranged units with my heavy cav. That feels pretty good. Feels pretty good, because I feel like I've just been preparing for pretty much like heavy cav armies. You know, I guess I prepare a lot for the French, for example, and yeah, having to face the Danes without, like, they don't have any decent heavy cav, and yeah, this makes it easier, doesn't it? What do they have here? Chivalric men-at-arms? Yep, swords units. I can beat them with my heavy cav. Like, I just want to make sure that I don't send them into spears. They do have halberdiers coming on, So if there's going to be some halberdiers, let's get back with all of my ranged, or all of my heavy cav units. I don't want them fighting halberdiers. Although they do have low morale, so there's a chance I could break them, but let's just be safe and get all of my heavy cav back here. This was a short-lived counter-push by the Danes. They really had to rethink things because they kind of stood in front of my arbalesters, got shut up a bit, and decided to not attack. And you know what? Those are their only decent melee forces in this wave. Once I get rid of these halberdiers, man oh man, it's just going to be open field. Okay, no, wait, there are 2 units of Vikings here. There are 2 units of Vikings. I thought I could get into all of these ranged units unmolested, but I think I should probably pull back my cavalry just to make sure they don't get chopped up by these Vikings. Even though Vikings aren't necessarily meant to kill heavy cav, because they do have bonus versus armor, they can do a decent job at it. So let's play it safe and get my guys back. And I have some more reinforcements on the field, so I can bring my Almohad Urban Militia up to bolster up my center here. And I think this might be the Danes' last push here. Because, yeah, these might be the last Viking units that I was looking at in their reinforcements pool. These Vikings think they want to fight me here, and so let's just get a little recharge in on them with my Gulam Cav and try to rout them off right away before these other Vikings show up. Because these guys did get a little ahead of themselves, and yeah, they're being routed off immediately. So let's try to get my Gulam Cav to back off a little bit and let these infantry take the fight against these Vikings here. And try to rinse, wash, repeat that tactic. How are we doing in the center? Looks like we are just going to drive them off. And do I have any cav available on my flank here? Yes, I do. Some 24 Gulam cav. Let's try to get in here and mess up these ranged units. And then up here. So handgunners are trying to get some shots in. And my cav over here just got to flank in. And let's send my general over to clean up these handgunners. And then, yeah, these cav can as well just get involved, guys, because this could be it for the Danes in this battle. And that's going to do it. So I did kill 512 men, and I captured 957, and I lost 495. So that's not bad. You know, that was a pretty decent performance, I'd say. And I think I will leave these men alive, at least for now. Because, yeah, if I can get the Danes to pay for these men and, you know, ransom them, then potentially we can take a big hit out of the Danes' treasury. So, yeah, not bad. How did the Arbalesters? Yeah, the Arbalesters got 78 kills. The guys that stuck around, they did pretty gosh darn good there. So not bad. I thought that went okay, considering that I had to fight uphill the entire time. But I will be getting an assault, a castle assault here in Toulouse. So I got my cannons, I'm trying to simplify things here for my castle assaults. Got my cannons, I got my Almohad Urban Militia, got my Militia Sergeants for the armor, you know, bonus versus armor, and then my regular archers just for some indirect firepower. They got a lot of archers. They really do. They have, you know, some Pavis crossbows, some regular archers, some arbalesters, chivalric sergeants, and feudal sergeants. So, not a ton of melee forces. They do have 11 Royal Knights in that unit, and then 1 Royal Knight in that unit, and then another 1 Royal Knight in that unit. So, altogether it's going to be 12 Royal Knights, and that can also take a bit of chewing through. So, yeah, we'll see. I got my 3 siege cannons. We'll see what they can get done. And I am just going to sit back and shoot at that castle until it's obliterated. I'm talking walls, gates, inner walls, any towers they have. I'm not going to go in there until I'm feeling pretty gosh darn good about the whole thing. Would you just look at how far away these siege cannons can shoot from? I can shoot the inner gate and the outer gate from here, and I didn't even test this. Like, I'm at the edge of the map. I'm running out of space. How far back can I actually go? Can I go there? Yep, I could still shoot the inner gate from here. What is the limit? I mean, why not just find it? Where's the limit? Here? No, I can still shoot from there. It's absurd. Look at how far. Look at how far it's so far away. I love these weapons. Oh no. Oh no. What's that? My mouse is. What's going on with my mouse? Can I not just go back here? Or am I having more technical difficulties? I hope not. In any case, yeah, that's as far back as I can go. I'm not even gonna test it. As long as nothing can shoot me, I'm fine. And I don't think anything is gonna be shooting me from here. So as long as I can create those breaches, and yeah, I can shoot the inner ballistas and the gatehouse and all that good stuff. Oh yes, this should be good. So without further ado, let's make sure we start shooting. There, and then here. Did I not click shoot? Please start shooting. And yeah, let's see how quickly these cannons take down these defenses. So we got was that 2 shots and we got 71% damage on the outer wall? Yes. Oh my god. Oh, he missed. Yeah. How's this gatehouse doing? 36%. And how about the wall on this side? 44%. Yeah, we're gonna take down these outer walls, and then obviously we're gonna go into the inner walls as well. And we're not gonna stop there. We're gonna take out these arrow towers. There's some ballista towers. We're gonna go after everything that we can with the ammunition that we have. Whoa, I didn't know these guns could explode. Oh, man. Okie doke. Wow, I had no idea. I thought that was only for the bombards. Well, I mean, my guns have done pretty well. Otherwise, they're just about out of ammunition, but these other guns are still firing. And so far, we've gotten rid of the inner gate. We've gotten rid of 2 outer section walls. We've gotten rid of, inner and outer gate. We've also gotten rid of an intersection of the wall. I never targeted this. This was just from misses. That's just from misses. I have an entire section of this inner wall. That's just a miss. I'm not even targeting that wall. I've also destroyed 2 arrow towers as well. And I was working on this inner arrow tower as well. Let's see if where is he? What is he targeting? I thought he was targeting this one, but yeah, it looks like that's going to be his last cannonball shot there. And is he out as well? He might have only one more shot left. What do I want to spend his last shot on? Yeah, let's try to kill some Pavis crossbows. Why not? And let's not waste any more time. Let's get in there. We have 3/4 of the battle time remaining, so there's still quite a few guys to get rid of. But you know what? I think we might have a chance, and now that it's starting to rain, that might help me out here. Because they have a lot of range units inside. And even though, yeah, I do also have my my archers that I was kind of hoping that they do some damage. Honestly, I think they're kind of relying on their range more than I am, so hopefully this goes okay here. I'm thinking I should probably just keep... See, should I keep my general back or no? I know that for generals that have odd numbers of stars, they do give more of a boost to units when they're nearby. But with generals that have even numbers of stars, then it doesn't really matter because they give the same amount of valor bonus to all of their units on the battlefield, regardless of proximity to the general. So I can't quite remember. Gosh, that got a little bit close to him. Maybe I should back him up. I didn't even see any catapult towers. Oh yeah, they have their own catapult. Right, yeah. That should be fine though. Let's bring our guys up here. I don't need to send them all in through the gate. I can send a couple of them around the flanks here to help out my flanking armies. Let's send 2 units of swordsmen right through the center gate to fight these feudal sergeants. Swords against spears should go well. Swords against crossbows should go even better. Let's bring in my militia sergeants and swords on this side. Send my archers around to the sides instead of having them try to shoot into the backs of my men there. And swords. Where do I want you guys to go? Looks like they don't need any help clearing up the middle. So let's just send you guys in there, and then, yep, archers get around as well. I did decide to send my general up because these arrow towers are destroyed, so you should not be getting shot at from them. We have Royal Knights coming in. Oh, well, one Royal Knight. So let's go over here, actually, and try to defend my archers against that Royal Knight. And we can also go over here and kill these 2 crossbowmen. That could be really annoying. Alright, so we're cleaning up inside here. Let's go make sure we clean up these Genoese sailors. And let's see. You guys... Ooh, we got some... Let's see. I need some... Where's my militia sergeants on this side? Yeah, militia sergeants, get over here quickly because I might need you to help out against these Royal Knights that are coming in. And then, yeah, archers as well. You guys are coming in as well. That looks good. Archers, let's send you in to fight the catapult crew. That should be fine. And yeah, we should hopefully kill that Royal Knight eventually. Send these archers in here. And are we still fighting at the gate? Yeah, we are. Looks like the feudal sergeants are winning somehow. How? My militia what? What's going on? Alright, looks like my guys need help here. So, let's see. Almohad or militia go in, and militia sergeants go in as well. And then archers, you guys... charge into the rear of these feudal sergeants and see if we can break them, because we're losing units on this side charging through that gate. And yeah, the Royal Knights came right in to fight against my archers here. Let's have my swords come in, help clear out these units on this side, fighting archers and handgunners and chivalric sergeants. And yeah, archers and militia sergeants can come help clear out that catapult crew. There's one more Royal Knight. Did we kill this guy? Yep, so you're getting shot by 2 crossbows, so let's turn around and take care of that. Let's try to send my militia sergeants back in, and yeah, let's try to rally you as well, because there's no need for you to run away, because we're winning, guys. Let's act like we're winning, okay? Let's go in here, clean up these Genoese sailors, and what do we have back here? Arbalesters, feudal sergeants, and 1 more Royal Knight. So, considering that's a decent little pocket of soldiers, let's try to get a group of soldiers ready first before we just kind of charge on in there. 1 unit at a time. Let's not do that. Let's make sure that we have, yeah, archers at the ready, melee soldiers at the ready, here and then here. Are there any forces on the inside? I'm not. So we don't have to go in there. Okay, perfect. I didn't want to go in there anyway. So I actually did just have another crash to desktop, and this one's on me because I completely forgot to save my game at my battle screen for the siege that I was just fighting. And yeah, that's I'm supposed to learn that lesson, and I didn't learn that lesson. I completely forgot. I need to make this a habit now to click save before every single battle. I am not going to replay these battles. I can't do it. So I lost 284. That's actually less than I lost when I played it manually, so that's okay. And then Castle Assault. This one's going to be freaking bloody, but yeah, auto-resolve. I lost, okay, 370. That's maybe not that bad. So I'll take it. If you were watching, I mean, yeah, if you during the battle that I was just playing for the siege, it was going okay. I was about to win anyway, so that's fine. I pillaged 1,200 monies from Toulouse. So the Egyptians, they attacked and then they decided they can't win, so they're retreating. That's too bad. I was hoping the Egyptians would retake Egypt, but apparently they're not confident in themselves. It looks like I did win the sea battle here in the Irish Sea. Sunk another boat here in the Baltic, and the North Sea, and the Atlantic Ocean, and the Bay of Biscay, Costa Verde, Spanish coast. I did sink 2 and then lost one of my own in the Western Mediterranean. And then, yeah, Gulf of Valencia. Ooh, man. Damn, this is crazy. Because I know they had 4 boats in this fleet of theirs, but I'm pretty sure I had 3 tier 3s, and they just had, like, Viking longboats and barks, which are all, like, tier 1 and tier 1.5s. And I lost 4 boats. That's crazy. That's so crazy. They must have a really good admiral. And then I did lose my boat here in the African coast. This is a situation where I was attempting to leave this, so I'm guessing he must have been caught because the boat catching me must have had higher speed. I think that's how that works, which is unfortunate, but whatever. So, yeah, in this case, when I fought the battle, I had captured like 1,000 men. But in this case, I guess I only captured 471 in the auto-resolve, which is fine. They're all going to die anyway. They all got killed. And it's just going to be one more turn before this garrison in Aquitaine falls to me. what do we got? So my spies are telling me that the Egyptians are mobilizing and preparing for a major attack, and it looks like they're going after the Danes. I would like that. I would like that. You know, go after the Danes, please. And yes, I have another son on the way as well. Okie dokie. And Prince Ali, what do you got? So you are a Sybarite. Well, it's getting worse and worse for you, man. He enjoys luxury, good food, fine wine, and fairly outrageous displays of wealth take their toll on his fitness, -2 valor. As long as you stay alive, that's all that really matters. Yeah, man, I gotta do that now. I gotta just save. I gotta click save before every single battle, because clearly this game isn't too stable, and frankly that shouldn't be a problem as long as I just take the steps that are required to you know, make that not so much of an issue. So I will learn. I can be a slow learner sometimes, but let's see. I'm still losing 13,000 thorns per turn. That's yeah, that's how that goes. I think so. Where's the Danish king? He is here in Anjou. And what's going to be the deal? So somehow they ended up with 3 stacks here in province. I'm not sure where that 3rd stack came from. So I essentially, what I do from here is, I'm pretty sure I can just split these armies in half and have half of them hold here in Toulouse and Aquitaine, and that includes like holding off forces in province and or just Burgundy. Well, my other 2 armies attack Anjou and Brittany. Why Anjou and Brittany? Why not just Anjou? Because we know that the king is here. Well, because if he runs away, he's going to run away to Brittany. So I will have to attack both provinces at the same time, but that's going to have to happen after this garrison falls, which will be at the end of this turn. And that is all going to have to wait until next time, because you know what? I've yeah, this game is making it's frayed nerves, man. Like, I just have frayed nerves when games start crashing, and that gets a little bit annoying. But of course, as I've said before, I can take steps to mitigate these issues if I just save the game more than I already am. I'm already pressing save before every end turn, but I need to do it before the battles as well, just to mitigate these stressors from happening. But anyway, as I was saying, thank you very much for watching. This has been Counterattack playing Medieval Total War. Thank you very much, and goodbye.